Caitlin Clark makes her opinion of Sophie Cunningham extremely clear. After Fever Dream Game, Caitlin Clark makes her opinion of Sophie Cunningham extremely clear. After Fever Dream Game originally appeared on Athlon Sports. Caitlin Clark had to rely on her teammates on Friday night against the Atlanta Dream as the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year struggled with her shot yet again. Clark went just 5 of 17 for 12 points as she continued to battle the rust following her recent 5-game injury absence. Stepping up in her stead on Friday were the likes of Aliyah Boston, 19 points, 6 rebounds, career-high 8 assists, and Kelsey Mitchell, 25 points, 3 assists. Veteran guard Sophie Cunningham turned in an attention-grabbing performance as well, dropping a 16-point, 10-rebound double-double with 4 triples. Thanks to a concerted effort from a determined Fever side, they secured a much-needed home win against Atlanta, 99-82. After the game, Clark had nothing but high praise for Cunningham and what she brings to the table for the Fever. I mean, she brings that energy every single day, Clark said of Cunningham. We're really happy for her. She's had a little bit of a shooting struggle, but she comes in and she's the same person every single day. So we all knew she was going to get hot and was due, and that's exactly what she did tonight. She just brings great energy. She's all over the floor, diving on loose balls. Her energy is unmatched for this team, really. Cunningham isn't exactly a star for the Fever, but there's no denying that she's a key piece of the puzzle for this squad and their championship aspirations this season, a notion that Clark clearly agrees on. As the former Iowa star stated, Cunningham's energy is unmatched. This is exactly what she will need to bring again on Sunday when the Fever battle Paige Buckers and the Dallas Wings in a highly anticipated showdown at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on June 12, 2025, where it first appeared. The tension between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream wasn't new. It had been simmering ever since their first matchup this season, fueled by gritty plays, physical battles in the paint, and a few fiery words exchanged under the rim. But following the Fever's hard-fought 85-78 victory on a Friday night in Indianapolis, the spotlight wasn't just on Caitlin Clark's stat line or Nalissa Smith's dominance on the glass. It was on what Clark had to say afterward. And this time, it was about Sophie Cunningham. The veteran Dream Guard had been all over the court that night, scrapping for loose balls, chirping at every timeout, and making her physical presence known on nearly every possession. Cunningham's style of play has never been subtle. She's fiery, she's confrontational, and she's unapologetically tough. But Caitlin Clark, she was unfazed. And after the game, she didn't mince her words. That's who she is. That's who I am. And I'm good with it. Those were Clark's first words when asked about Cunningham during a postgame presser. Her tone wasn't dismissive. It wasn't angry. It was composed, measured, but unmistakably clear. She didn't dodge the question. She leaned into it with the confidence of a player who has nothing to prove but plenty to say. I respect competitors, Clark continued, but I don't flinch. I never have. Sophie's going to do what Sophie does, but I'm going to stand my ground and keep hoping. That's just how it is. The crowd of reporters leaned in a little closer, sensing the weight of her words. The in-game clash, Clark and Cunningham had several on-court run-ins during the Fever's win. Early in the second quarter, after Clark drained a deep three from the left wing, Cunningham bumped her on the way back down the court. Subtle but enough to draw a reaction from the fans. Later, in the third, Clark drove to the ring and absorbed a hard foul from Cunningham that sent her sprawling to the floor. She popped up immediately, waved off her teammates, and calmly knocked down both free throws. The moment was physical, yes, but it was also psychological. Cunningham was trying to rattle the rookie, and Clark was sending a message in return. Not today. Not ever. Following the foul, Clark gave a slight nod toward Cunningham. Nothing theatrical. Just enough to let her know she wasn't backing down. The crowd loved it, the cameras caught it, and social media lit up instantly. That little stare from Clark was called Caitlin Verza. Sophie might be the new rivalry we didn't know we needed. Respect to both. This is what makes the WNBA fun. Caitlin's calm fire. What's becoming more evident with each game is Caitlin Clark's evolving composure. She's still fiery, still capable of dropping a logo three and talking a little trash on the way back, but now she's also measured, mature, intentional. She understands the eyes are on her at all times, and with a player like Cunningham, who thrives in emotional chaos. Clark's refusal to engage in drama was its own form of retaliation. Look, this league is filled with tough players, Clark said post-game. It's never personal. It's just about competing at the highest level. I have nothing but respect for anyone who plays the game hard. But then she paused just for a second and added, that being said, I'm not going anywhere. That was the quote, the headline, the real message. She wasn't here to trade shoves. She was here to win. The bigger picture. For her part, Sophie Cunningham downplayed the interactions after the game. It's basketball. I played this way since college. Caitlin's a baller. I've got nothing but respect for her game, she said, with a smirk that may or may not have hinted at more beneath the surface. But whether or not there's real animosity between the two, what's clear is that Clark has planted her flag. She's not just the fresh face of the WNBA. She's a competitor who's not afraid of veterans, of physical play, or of outspoken opponents like Cunningham. And the Fever? They seem to be feeding off her edge. We follow Caitlin's lead, said Naley Smith. When she doesn't back down, none of us do.